Alrighty, friendos, welcome in. So in today's video, we are doing another episode of You Decide, in which we are playing on Zero Sanity, Zero Evidence. We're going to go inside the house, do all the tests necessary to figure out the ghost, but I'm not going to tell you a darn thing. You guys get to decide it all yourself. I'm just here to do all the movements, the groovements, the schmovement, the tests, and yeah. Anyways, the timer in the top right is the smudge timer for relation to when I smudge and to when the ghost hunts again. Without further ado, let's go inside. Let's do it. Okay. Ghost did a touch. And ghost turn off the breaker. Okay, I'm gonna turn that back on. Joke's on you, ghost. I got the breaker back on. Yeah. Alright, I'm still waiting. Oh, Lord. Hi. How you doing? Just gonna turn the light back on while you're finishing your serenade. Okay. And we wait. Actually, dang, I was really trying to do that without smudging, but I think I just used my sprint just a little bit too much there. Almost had it. Almost had it. Okay. Alright, let's go get some more stuff to test for this ghost, shall we? Okay, so we have provided the ghost. Like I was saying, we have provided the ghost with some candles, some crucifixes. I'm about to add some salt to the equation. There we go. Okay. Now what? Oh. Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Oh. Got it. Well, I'm gonna take this. Maybe, you know what? I don't have enough hands for that one. Okay. We off the scene. Whoa, bro. Whoa, bro. Do I hate when the ghosts... Excuse me. I hate when the ghosts event in your hiding spot. Then you're like... They like know you're there. They're like, I know you're hiding here. I think I just heard a chomping at the crucifix that was in that room. Okay. You sure have to break her again? Oh, bro, I hate it here. Okay. We'll eventually go turn that back on. Okay, I'm going to turn the breaker back on. Power to the people. There we go. Marvelous. Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout, kitchen or garage. Big summer blowout in the kitchen or garage. God, I can't. Ghosty, ghosty, ghost, ghost. I'm in here. Okie dokie, artichoke. Bro, this ghost just turned off the breaker again. I cannot. I can. And now you're hunting. Okay. Alright, well, we just got a couple more tests left to do. And then we're probably gonna load out and I'll let you guys see what it is. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. It's over. I'm gonna try different tests really quick too. I have, I think, 2 more smudge sticks to keep the dream alive. Oh, 1 more smudge stick. Oh, that's right. I used a smudge stick in the garage. Okay. We have 1 more smudge stick to keep the dream alive. I'm actually gonna use this. Okay. I'm gonna use this right here. Timer. Okay. And we will sit in the dark. Alright, well I do believe I have done all the tests that I can do for this ghost. Let's go ahead and pop open the journal if you want to take a peep. And then we'll go from there. Okay, let's see if you're right. Dude, that one was so tough. Okay. I almost got this one wrong. So let's go ahead and explain how it was a mare. That honestly was somewhat of a guess for me. But I'd actually started off the game thinking it was a banshee. Because when I first, right before it first hunted, it, was on us in the, dining room. And then ghost evented, did a singing event. And then after that hunt, it was in the, piano room, did another singing event, and then hunted in there. I started leaning away from Banshee because I was sitting with the paramedic. I wasn't getting a Banshee scream. And then it kind of seemed like it wasn't really following me around. Like it switched from its ghost room from the piano room to the basement. Which then made me start thinking, okay, well, obviously not a Goryo because it changed its favorite room. Maybe a mare, like wandering away from the light. And it had also broken the kitchen light. And then there at the end, the basement light. Which they say that mares are more likely to do light-breaking ghost events. I don't always take that to heart because I've had like poltergeists and Goryos do like 5 light-breaking ghost events. Also, I apologize. I think the smudge timer was just like I started maybe a little bit late because a couple times it did hunt under 90 seconds. But with demons, they usually very distinctly hunt under 90 seconds. Like it usually is right at the 60-second cusp or maybe at like a minute 15 they'll hunt. So if that made you think it was a demon, I do apologize, but usually if it's right at 90 seconds, I usually count it as 90 seconds. But we knew it wasn't a spirit because it hunted under 3 minutes after we smudged it. Was not throwing off to be poltergeist. Never really seemed like it was hunting under 90 seconds after I smudged it. Found us in the garage, or which I kept calling the kitchen. We did a miling test. We could hear its footsteps before our flashlight started flickering. Wasn't faster under equipment. It was normal speed and we were at 0 sanity. Stepped in salt. I had actually thought Banshee, but I ended up ruling off Banshee because I wasn't getting anything on the paramic and like no Banshee screams. And it stopped seeming like it was following us around. It was normal speed, so it wasn't a revenant. I was actually torn between Mare and Yuri here because like it wasn't turning a light off on me to be a mare. I never really saw it slam a door. I did at the very end there do a smudge test to see if it ever left the room. But at that point, I was kind of tunnel visioned on Mare because it had changed its favorite room to the basement and then promptly broke the light down there. So Yuri was tough. If you could guess Yuri, I don't blame you because this ghost didn't even really do its ability of turning the light off on me. So Yuri, we weren't really able to cross off. But we were able to more deduce that it was a mare because it had wandered away from the light in the piano room and had changed his favorite room. Yuri's can change their favorite room, but they don't really have a reason to, whereas mares will if the lights are on sometimes. It was normal speed, so it wasn't a Hantu. Used a crucifix by lit candle, so it wasn't an Onryo. Never shapeshifted, wasn't an Obake. Was normal speed, wasn't a Dio. Normal blink, wasn't a Phantom. Turned off the breaker several times. Hunted in the same room as us, so it wasn't a Shade. Wasn't visible enough, and did an airball ghost event, so it wasn't an Oni. Changed his favorite room, so it wasn't a Goryo. It was normal speed, so it wasn't twins. Never really changed his behavior, so it wasn't a mimic, and it was normal speed, so it wasn't a Thay. So if you'd gotten down to like this, and if you had guessed demon, I understand because the smudge timer was a little weird. But it ended up being a bear. That was a tough one. I honestly was kind of tunnel visioned on Banshee there for a little bit. But glad I finally dropped the paramedic and I was like, okay, let's take a look what else this ghost is doing. Okay, let's go and hop into another game. Okay, we are now on a Willow Street. Alright, I'm gonna start a timer to see how long it takes it to haunt us. Just so that, because I'll probably cut this part out and just skip to where it haunts, and I want y'all to know how long I've been sitting here. Hitting the minute mark on nothing happening. Oh, wait, it just threw something. Garage, maybe? Okay, we have activity. Oh, okay, let's turn off the breaker. I am gonna get baited and go turn that back on. Okay, it's finally hunting. Yeah, and so again, that timer was just how long it took to hunt since I've stepped inside the house. So it took almost like 2 minutes to hunt me. Every time that happens, I'm always like, did I accidentally turn friendly ghost on? What are we doing here? Okay. Now, you better not turn the breaker off on me again. I want to see your beautiful face. And we wait. Here we go. That didn't take too long. Okie dokie. Since you're in here, I'm fairly confident in here. I'm going to smudge this room, and we will set a smudge timer that way. Let's see. Okay, smudge timer set. All right. Look at some more stuff to set up for this ghost. Okay, we have provided Grandma with some candles and some crucifixes. Randall time. Okay. Okay, so did just use this crucifix. I actually think I might know what this ghost is. I'm gonna observe for another minute or so. And I'm fairly confident. I'll just keep this candle lit because I like the ambiance. Okay, I'm gonna start a timer for how long I've been sitting in the ghost room because I'll probably just sit here. I'm just observing the ghost. So whenever if we happen to like cut back, you'll know how long I've been sitting here without and then yeah. Ghost seems like it's doing stuff out in the kitchen now. Alright, well I am fairly confident I'm going to stop this timer. That's how long I've been sitting in the garage. I'm fairly confident I do indeed know what this ghost is. So we're gonna hop out. I will pop open my journal. Guys, take a peep and we'll see if you're right. Alright, onward and forward. Ghost was indeed a shade. And the reason that I was able to tell it was a shade is that, well, I mean, in the beginning, it took forever to hunt, which isn't always an indicator that's a shade. Like, I've had, like, demons wait that long to hunt sometimes. But the biggest indicator this ghost was a shade is that eventually once after, like, I'd smudged it and I went and sat in the room, it was doing absolutely nothing. Shades will never hunt in the same room as you. And Willow Street Garage is actually one of the best places for this. I've actually sat AFK in the garage for like 15-20 minutes before I get to shade, and it never hunted. It never stepped out of the room and hunted. It just, I was perfectly safe in a hiding spot. So basically, if you're going against a ghost, you're sitting in the ghost room, it doesn't really seem to be doing anything, it's probably a shade. I mean, this ghost actually went into the kitchen to actually throw things. It was so shy that it had to step out of the room to go throw things. So, boring ghost, probably a shade. Alright, let's go and hop into another game, and we'll do this. Will be our last game. Let's do it. Alrighty, Tanglewood, here we go. Oh, I'm going to clear this smudge timer. Boy, that wasn't even a smudge timer, was that? Okay. She like skipped a second there at the end of the hunt, and oh no, didn't hunt it, and she goes at the very end. Okay, I'm gonna get this car alarm off, and now that we have some lights on, we will get a proper glimpse upon this creature. Okay. I'm ready when you are. Well, I know what the ghost is. I'm sure some of you do as well. Let's go ahead and load out and see if you're right. Well, I'll pop open the journal for a second. There it is. Alright. Let's see if you're right, shall we? The ghost was indeed an Obake, and I want you all to know I worked so hard not to do the very expected Maggie gasp when I see Obake. Like, if I had a face cam on, you would see me, like, my mouth open, and I was like, I quickly, like, made sure I made no noise. I was just internally giggling over the extent. Obake's are my favorite ghost. Obake's and Maggstor, in case you didn't know. But the reason it wasn't Obake, sorry, is that it shapeshifted. Actually, as soon as it stepped out of the laundry room into the kitchen, it went from tall, dark, and handsome to, we commonly know the pajama girl as Mary Helen Heather. And then she shapeshifted one more time during the hunt into Grandma. So yeah, Obake, while it's hunting, every time it blinks, it has a 6.66% chance of shapeshifting. So it may only shapeshift like once per hunt, and if you miss it, you might think it's not an Obake. So you might need to loop a ghost a couple times to see if it ever shapeshifts. But yeah, easy game. Definitely makes up for that first game at the beginning, right? That was kind of difficult. So we'll go and call it there. I think we had some good games today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop it a like. Helps out with the algorithm so much. If you love to drop me a sub. Good luck ghost hunting, and I will see you in the next one.